register their business with the authorized agency. So if we want to open a business, we need to register our business. Okay, so the registrar of business, okay, ROB. So it also discusses the advantage, okay, and disadvantages of the various type of business registration. Okay, let's look at the objective. Okay, so basically, we would like to identify the type of business entities in Malaysia and to provide an understanding, okay, of the importance of registering a business. And then to explain, okay, the advantages and disadvantages of each business entity. All right. Identify the 5 types of business entities that are available, explain the advantages and disadvantages, and describe the steps to register the business entity and list the government organizations involved in the registration of the business entity, and then explain the similarities and differences between the business options. Okay, so the list of topics that we will be discussing is are business entity types in Malaysia, and then benefit and limitation, and then registration procedures. So it is the responsibility of all business operators who conduct business activity with the objective of making profit to register their businesses. So maksudnya wajib, okay, for the business operators, okay, anyone to register their business, okay, in Malaysia. If they want to open a business, then you have to register your business. Okay, the registration work to legalize a company business activity. So if you are not registered, then you are not legal not legal. So business registration in Malaysia is managed by the Company Commission of Malaysia, Suruhan Syarikat Malaysia, Suruhanjaya Syarikat Malaysia. Okay, an agency under the Ministry of Domestic Trade, Consumer Affairs, Cooperative and Consumerism. Or in Malay, we call it Kementerian KPDNHEP. Okay. Right. And then basically there are 4 types of business entities that must be registered with the SSM. Okay, there are 4 types. The first one is sole proprietorship, okay, perniagaan tunggal. Okay. And then partnership, perkongsian, limited liability partnership, partnership, and private limited companies. And right, so basically there are 4 types of business must be registered with SSM. Tapi ada lain juga, for example kooperatif, koperasi dengan lain. Okay, right. Cooperative are another option of doing business. Cooperative have different objective and the registration must be done at the Cooperative Commission of Malaysia, SKM, Suruhanjaya Koperasi Malaysia. Okay, SKM. Okay, ini untuk koperasi, koperasi. And each of the entity above has its own advantages and disadvantages which should be considered by an entrepreneur prior to registration. Okay, now let's look at the sole proprietorship, okay, which is perniagaan tunggal. Okay, perniagaan tunggal ni maksudnya seorang lah yang berniaga. Okay, seorang. A sole proprietorship is a business entity that is solely owned, funded and managed by one owner only. Right? So Ahmad Enterprise. So maksudnya Ahmad seorang je. Okay. Sole proprietorship is the most popular and the simplest or easiest form of business entity in Malaysia. Very simple. Okay, very simple. Even you can register online if I'm not mistaken. And then you have partnership. Partnership is a business entity that is owned by 2. Okay, maksudnya ditambah seorang je lagi jadi partnership. Okay, or a maximum of 20 people. However, for professional business such as accounting, legal, quantity surveyors, architecture, and engineer firms, etc., maximum number of members could be up to 50 people. So basically, it's either 20 or 50. 50 to depending on the nature of the business. Okay, accounting, legal, quantity surveyor, architect, engineer firm can be up to 50. All right. So this is partnership. Okay, perkongsian. Okay. And both sole proprietorship and partnership business entities are registered under the Business Registration Act 1956. Okay, ingat Akta Penubuhan Perniagaan 1956. Then we have Limited Liability Partnership, LLP. Okay, Limited Liability Partnership is an alternative business vehicle regulated under the LLP Act 2012. Baru lagi Akta ni. Which combine the characteristic of a private limited company and a conventional partnership. So dia macam sendirian berhad tapi dia macam juga partnership. Okay, so they combine. Okay, so private limited company ni adalah sendirian berhad. Okay, private limited company is sendirian berhad because kalau public tu berhad, public tu berhad. Jadi dia ni adalah combines a characteristic of a private limited company and a conventional partnership. So dia macam di tengah-tengah lah, hybrid lah. So LLP has a legal personality separate from partners, separate legal entity like private limited company. Okay, dia macam sendirian berhad. Okay. Maksudnya legal personality tu are separated for separate legal entity. Okay, for this one. Okay, dia tak boleh lah katakan kalau there is not separated, maksudnya kalau kawan kita tu, partner kita tu buat kena saman ke apa, kita punya harta pun boleh kena sita dan sebagainya. Dia still separate. Kalau macam sole proprietorship, kalau business tu rugi, you pun akan rugi lah, betul tak? Sebab sole proprietor you adalah the business. Okay, partnership selalunya partners akan bertanggungjawab juga kepada apa yang partner tu dah rugi dan sebagainya. Tapi kat LLP ni dah ada separate legal entity. So maksudnya the partner tu will be separated from the other partner like private limited company. So LLP has perpetual succession and offer benefit of a private limited company without painful reporting requirement. So maksudnya dia ni perpetual succession and offer and benefits of a private limited company without the painful reporting requirements. But we have sendirian berhad, then you have to do quite a tedious lah, okay, reporting every year. Okay, so LLP ni dia macam senang sikit lah. Okay, the LLP concept also supports startups, small and medium enterprises, joint ventures and venture capital to grow without having to worry too much about personal liabilities, personal asset and strict compliance requirement. So because they have separate legal entity tu, so personal asset, personal liabilities tu tak adalah akan di-impactkan oleh LLP tu, will not be impacted by LLP. So an LLP can be formed by a minimum of 2% up to unlimited number of members. So basically it just like macam berhad jugalah, macam berhad juga. Okay, sebab unlimited number of members. And then we look at private limited company or sendirian berhad. Okay, a business that is registered as a company, okay, is allotted under the Companies Act. Dah nampak beza Tadi registration of business 1964 kan, ini Companies Act 1965. Tadi 56, sorry, 1956. Okay, ini 1965. A company is a body that has a legal entity separate from members or the founders. Okay, basically company, member, okay, pemegang saham tu pemegang saham dia lain, dia tak, they are not the same. Okay, contoh Ahmad dan Ali and Akau and Mutu, okay, form a company name ABC company. Okay, ABC sendirian berhad. So ABC sendirian berhad is different from Ahmad, okay, Ali, Akau and Mutu. Okay. Some even say that ABC sendirian berhad is a separate legal entity. Okay, macam another entity. Okay, another entity lah. Okay, the concept of a company is based on several individuals who are entrepreneurs contributing to a bigger capital sourcing to make the business easily manageable and also expandable. Right? Several improvements have been made in the Companies Act, okay, 2016, in the latest one, whereby the total number of partners in companies start from a minimum of 1 or single director to a maximum of 50 individual. Nampak dia ada tukar, dulu kena start pada 2 lah. Sekarang ni 1, minimum 1, okay, to maximum of 50 individual. Okay, so dulu kena, so seorang pun boleh, okay, buka sendirian berhad. All kind of management and monetary financing in the company is contributed by and among members based on ownership percentage from the total agreed upon by all. So when you form this company, okay, your capital too, you will have, for example, you want to have 100,000 capital, kan? So if you have 5 people, so maybe 20,000 per shareholder. Okay, so 20,000, 20,000, 20,000, 20,000, and 20,000, you get 100,000. Okay, that one is like an equal contribution of capital. But if you want to have more holding, then you have to have majority, okay, in the company. Shareholders' liability is limited to the amount of share owned or held by the members only, right? The establishment of a company is quite complicated. For example, there is a legal requirement to appoint a company secretary. Okay, ni company secretary ni yang rakan-rakan kamu yang di firm tu, yang ambil program corporate tu. Okay, program corporate tu. Kebanyakannya ni jadi company secretary. Responsible for company secretarial function and auditor responsible for financial matters and also financial reporting. So company secretary lah bantu, okay, the company. Okay, there are 2 legal documents that should be completed to form a private limited company: the Memorandum of Association and Articles of Association. These 2 important documents, okay, MOA and also Article of Association. Okay, so private limited company is not allowed to invite the public to buy company share. So private, because it's named private sendirian berhad, so dia tak boleh buka kepada orang awam macam berhad. Okay, macam berhad tu contohnya di Bursa Malaysia, itulah berhad. Company-company yang di Bursa Malaysia tu kebanyakannya yang berhad lah. Okay, dia boleh offer kepada public to buy company share. Okay, this type of company must use sendirian berhad or sendirian berhad at the end of the company name. Okay. Now let's look at the other one, which is cooperative, kooperasi. This is very popular right now. Many individuals in Malaysia has actually joined cooperative. Macam saya pun, saya join kooperasi. Macam you can join kooperasi siswa. Okay, you can join kooperasi siswa. You can ask PKUU lah, Pusat Pusawanan Universiti. And then ask you want to join cooperative, okay, kooperasi siswa. Cooperative, also known as cooperative, co-op or co-op, is an autonomous association of people united voluntarily. Okay, maksudnya dia kena sukarela lah. Dia bukan paksa, bukan paksa, rela pun apa, dia sukarela. To meet common economic, social and cultural needs and aspiration through a jointly owned and democratically controlled business. So basically, koperasi ni kalau you tengok, okay, contoh macam dulu kat sekolah you ada koperasi sekolah kan. So basically dia ada ahli dia. Okay, ada ahli dia dan ahli ni akan memilih jawatan kuasa. Okay, ahli akan memilih jawatan kuasa yang nanti akan ada pengurusinya, timbalan pengurusi, ada setiausahanya dan ada bendaharinya dan ada jawatan kuasa. Okay, jadi jawatan kuasa ni yang akan membantu, okay, bagaimana untuk meningkatkan, to increase maybe income of the corporation, okay, cooperative, okay, but maybe their business is macam if you are in the school last time, dia koperasi sekolah kan selalunya jual buku dan sebagainya kan. So they have to oversee the business of the cooperative. So in Malaysia, the minimum number of members in a primary cooperative is 100 and a farmers cooperative it is 50. So if you want to set up a cooperative, koperasi kena ada 100 orang lah. Okay, tapi kalau pertanian dan juga tak silap saya, kalau untuk koperasi keluarga boleh 50. Okay, koperasi keluarga tak silap. Ada boleh buat koperasi keluarga. Okay, if you have a very big family, then you can set up a cooperative. Okay, set up a cooperative. Tapi but normally we have the normal cooperative is the minimum number is 100. Okay, so you have to find the members, 100 members. Okay, a cooperative has a separate legal entity and members, directors, managers and employees are not liable for any debt incurred unless the debt are the result of recklessness, negligence or fraud, or if the members were guarantors to the cooperative loan. So basically, kalau jadi guarantor tu bahaya guarantors to the cooperative loan, then it's going to be a bit I call it risky for the directors or managers or employees. Okay, so this is something that we need to understand. Okay, sometimes when you are in cooperasi, then suddenly the cooperative want you to become the guarantor. Okay, tapi kalau tak bayar, koperasi tu tak bayar, nanti okay, guarantor yang kena bayar. Okay. A cooperative usually only allows a limited distribution of profit to members. Okay, limited distribution to profit to members. Koperasi ni dia akan bagi dia panggil dividen. So every cooperative society must be registered under the cooperative law supervised by Malaysia Cooperative Society Commission or Suruhanjaya Koperasi Malaysia SKM. Okay. Now, sole proprietorship, let's look at benefit and limitation of sole proprietorship. Okay, contoh perniagaan tunggal. So, sole proprietorship benefit and profit 100% for the owner. Okay, registration of a sole proprietorship is easy and can be done by the owner himself. Okay, and then the source, okay, limitation. Capital is limited to the ability of the owner. So, because you are only the sole owner kan, jadi capital pun you jugalah. So it can be difficult to generate capital. Sole proprietor do not issue stocks or other money generating investment like corporation do. Kalau you look at cost for the sole proprietorship, the cost of registering is low, only RM60 plus RM10 for the documentation. So RM70 je dah boleh buka bisnes. RM70. Management is only easy since only the owner will make decision. Flexibility is less regulated by law, where no audited account is required to be submitted to SSM. And decision making, a sole proprietor has complete control and decision making power over the business. Business affairs there, any transaction or business affairs made in a private partnership is private. Okay, the limitation, okay, because the decision making, if problem encountered are complex, the owner might have some difficulty in making decision. Because you are the only one, right? Then liability, the business owner will be held directly responsible for any losses that or violation coming from the business. Maksudnya bukan saja business saja, dia akan boleh pergi kepada your personal wealth. Okay. For a lack of business continuity, the business does not continue if the owner become deceased or incapacitated, since they are treated as one and the same. Sebab apa, bila business tu owner tu meninggal, business tu pun kira gone juga, meninggal jugalah business tu. And then taxes, owner must pay self-employment taxes. Okay, ni lah cukai. Okay, for partnership, okay, look at partnership. Capital, by having more partners, more capital. Okay, more money available for the business since each partner will bring in capital. Everybody brings some money, right? Responsibility, partners who have different knowledge, skills and abilities can share their responsibility in managing a business. Thus, management of the business will be more efficient. So, because we have different skill, knowledge, kan? A ada knowledge in IT, B knowledge in accounting, and so on. So, they combine the knowledge and they will be more efficient and also more effective. Flexibility, like a sole proprietorship, a partnership is less regulated by law, where no audited account is required to be submitted to SSM. And then decision-making, partners can share views in a decision-making situation before deciding on the best option. The situation will ensure better decision-making. And then business affairs, any transaction or business affairs made in a partnership is private. Okay, now let's look at limitation and liability. The liability of partners for the debts and the business is unlimited. Maksudnya sama je macam tadi, sole proprietorship. Thus, each partner is liable for action taken by other partners being liable for all the debt. So, bila seorang partner buat tak betul, you pun terkena juga. This agreement, obviously, people are likely to have different ideas on how the business should be run and who should be doing what and what the best interest of the business are. This can lead to disagreement and dispute. So, problem with partnership, gaduh lah. Itu senang. Gaduh lah. Sedangkan lidahkan lagi tergigit ini kan suami isteri. Apa kena mengena suami isteri? Partner. Liability, okay. Ordinary partnership are subject to unlimited liability, which means that each of the partners shares liability and financial risk of the business. So basically, this is bahaya kalau tak ada partner buat tak betul, gunakan syarikat partnership tu dan pinjam loan apa semua banyak-banyak dan lepas tu hutangnya you akan tanggung juga. So be careful. Okay. Taxation, partners must pay tax in the same way as sole trader, sole proprietorship, and profit sharing, partners share the profit equally if there is no partnership agreement to pay. Okay. And now let's look at limited liability partnership, benefit and application. Okay, limited liability partnership owners, there is no limit on the number of owners that can be involved with the business. It is inexpensive to register LLP compared to a private limited company, about RM500 the registration fee. It has several legal identity and can own property, enter into contract, sue or be sued or in its own name. So maksudnya dia boleh pakai nama dia sendiri. Macam juga sendirian berhad tu kan. Ease of compliant, require simpler than a private limited company. Walaupun dia macam sendirian berhad tapi bahagian compliant dia simple sikit, where accounts need not to be audited. But are to be maintained in the business premise only. So account tak perlu audit tapi kena maintain dalam premise. Limitation recognition, due to the tax benefit and tricky working of an LLP, some parties do not recognize LLP as a legal business. This gives a further burden to the owner to explain on LLP, etc. Okay, additional taxes. There are a large tax limit on limited liability partnership. This tax can come from in additional tax when registering, as well as creating issues with personal tax filing. Okay, ada issue tax. And then credibility. Other business and many consumers or clients do not see LLP as a credible business. Corporation gain much more respect and are generally more successful than LLP. So basically corporation ni senang berhad. Diorang maksudnya diorang pandang lagi tinggi lah. Okay. Continue on limited liability partnership. There are some more benefits, okay? Some more benefits. Perpetual succession, any changes, resignation or death of partners do not affect its existence, right or liability. So meninggal seorang, bisnes jalan juga. Okay, macam syarikat. Okay, dia tak macam proprietorship. Okay, meninggalnya owner habis, bisnes pun meninggal. Liability. All the risks of the business are spread out among partners. The partners will not be held personally liable for any business debt caused by wrongful acts of other partners, and each individual partners must file a variety of different tax forms regarding the business, and also flexibility. Each partner has the ability to decide the amount they want to contribute, and the number of partners are to be in the business. Okay, so this is the benefits and also limitation of limited liability partnership LLP. Now let's look at the private limited company or sendirian berhad. Okay, sendirian berhad limited liability. This is the biggest benefit any private company can enjoy. Okay, in future, if the company goes through financial turmoil, the asset of shareholders and business are protected. So basically limited liability. So kalau nak saman pun saman syarikat dia, tak boleh saman saya sebagai shareholder. Contoh, okay. Professional status, the private limited company enjoy good value in the market. More and more national and international companies show keen interest on doing business. These companies are established and hold credibility in the market. Selalunya normally lah bank pun tengok okay company ni kalau dia nak bagi loan ke apa ke, dia cakap boleh tak you register sebagai sendi berhad. Dia suruh upgrade daripada enterprise kepada sendi berhad. Daripada company, daripada partnership kepada sendi berhad. Okay, management is better compared to the sole proprietorship and partnership as the organization structure is more systematic and assisted by a group of workers paid according to their skill and capabilities to manage the company. Iaitu company secretary tadi ya. Okay, credit terms and financing. Private limited company are well known which may result in more creditors, bankers and government which in turn allow easier financing and credit terms. So basically bila you pakai sendi berhad tu bank pun dia senang lah nak bagi loan dan sebagainya. Tapi tak semestinya lah. Limitation, okay, registration process and formality. The process to register. Okay, the company is quite consuming and need individuals who are in law practice. Moreover, there can be issues post-registration. Example, while opening a bank account, the company is considered unregistered. Once registered, the company need to hold a board meeting, audit account and other process, and which can be time consuming. Dia punya proses dia banyak lah. Maksudnya proses dia banyak. Nak kena register, nak kena bayar dia punya iuran lah, nak kena cari nama dan sebagainya. Okay. Costly, there is a high cost which involve registration fees, legal fees and also company operation fees. Secrecy, company formation, example company owners information, company operation and finance is to be conveyed to all the members and shareholders. The information can be obtained by public. Kalau kita nak tahu siapa yang di directors untuk syarikat-syarikat ni, kita boleh je minta dengan SSM. Okay? Suruhanjaya Security syarikat Malaysia. Kita pergi ke SSM, minta dia bayar, tak silap saya RM10 ke RM20. Dapatlah tahu semua. Okay, siapa pemilik, siapa saham dia berapa dan sebagainya. Okay, syarikat tu okey ke tak dan sebagainya. Winding up procedure ni kalau dia dah bankrupt ke apa, procedure to wind up is quite complicated and is costly. It is best to register a company only if promoters are serious. So jangan nak buka syarikat ni main-main. So susah nanti. Nak tutup syarikat pun susah. Okay, nak buka pun susah. Okay. The existence of the company benefit juga. The company continues to run even if the member dies, lost, or other reason. It has perpetual succession and run until it's legally dissolved by the member. So maksudnya kalau seorang ahli dia meninggal, dia still jalan. Okay, company tu masih jalan. Melainkan semua setuju nak bubarkan. So okay lah. Separate legal entity. The legal entity is separate and is established under the Companies Act, allowing wide legal capacity and can own properties without any limitation. So maksudnya ABC Sendi Berhad boleh beli rumah ke atas nama dia. Okay. Dia tak perlu pun nama orang, nama dia pun. Okay. Expansion scope, private companies can raise capital from individual or investment companies for further expansion and also for limitation. So taxes and company taxes are compulsory to be paid to the government every year compared to the no tax imposed to sole proprietorship and also partnership. Ini cukai memang kena bayar lah. Kalau sole proprietorship tadi tu sebab you kena declare je, you kena self declare je kalau ada untung ni kan. Tapi tak adalah dia akan check apa semua kan. Okay. Tapi kalau dia check tak bayar memang kena lah. Now let's look at cooperative and kooperasi. So benefit and limitation. Okay, benefit, easy formation. Formation of cooperative society is very easy compared to a joint stock company. Any 10 adults can voluntarily form an association and register with the registrar of cooperative society. 10 bukan 10 100. Okay, 50. Kalau yang koperasi keluarga ataupun koperasi. Okay, kena carilah 100 orang tu. Okay. Open membership, people with common interest can form a cooperative society. A competent person can become a member at any time he or she like and can leave at will. So bila-bila masa. Okay, voluntary, sukarela. Siapa nak masuk, siapa nak keluar. Dia tak boleh kata wajib masuk, wajib keluar, tak. Okay. Democratic control, a cooperative society is controlled in a democratic manner. Maksudnya demokrasi tu ialah dia ada voting, siapa yang nak lantik sebagai pengurusi, itu demokrasi lah. Okay, the member cast their vote to elect their representative to form a committee that look okay, after day-to-day administration, the committee is accountable to all members of the society. Dia bukannya macam dia demokrasi lah, demokrasi. You elect, okay, your representative. And then limited liability, the liability of members of a cooperative society is limited to the extent of capital contributed by them. Unlike sole proprietors and also partners, the personal properties of cooperative society members are free from any kind of risk. Okay, limited liability ya. Dia tak macam sole proprietorship dengan partnership tadi. But limitation dia limited capital. The amount of capital that a cooperative society can raise from members is very limited because the membership is generally confined to a particular section of society. So maksudnya limited tu sebab ialah kalau koperasi petani, dia limited lah kepada petani je. Dan petani pun tak banyak sangat dia punya modal kan. Member do not invest more capital due to low rate of return, and government assistance is often inadequate for most of the cooperative societies. And then also management problem, generally it is seen that cooperative societies do not function efficiently due to the lack of managerial talent. Okay, so macam contohnya you tengok koperasi, contohlah koperasi yang masjid ke apa ke, sebab dia tak ada talent business, cuma dia lantik okay, untuk meneraju koperasi. Okay, lack of motivation, so yang ni pun biasa mana-mana business pun, kalau koperasi pun okay, lack of motivation habislah. Okay. Kalau look at benefit, okay, we continue on. Elimination of middleman profit. So with cooperative, we can eliminate the middleman profit. State assistance, we can get government assistance. Koperasi, you pergi ke SKM tu macam-macam. Okay, ada dia punya bantuan. Stable life, okay. And then limitation, lack of cooperation. Cooperative tapi lack of cooperation. Masalah. Okay. And then government dependent. So cooperative ni mana yang kecil-kecil ni dan apa tu, dia too dependent dengan government. So limitation dia terlalu bergantung lah kepada government. Registration process, okay. We look at registration. A startup entrepreneur will know how to where and how to register the business entity. There are only two places. One is the CCM, Companies Commission of Malaysia, or the Cooperative Commission of Malaysia. Dua je. Okay, SSM atau SKM. Okay. Okay. So business registration is compulsory for all entrepreneurs. Each of the business form has distinct characteristic, advantages and disadvantages. Differing scope of business activities, registration requirement, capital requirement, as well as registration procedures.